Hi. Sorry, felt like I had to clean the bed. Good morning. Make it bigger. And then make sure you can see my mat. Okay. Most of you are already here. If you haven't been to my class, welcome. I'm Elise. Good morning, everybody. And we'll do today a 45-minute vinyasa class. So super nice and stretchy, just to start the weekend off nice and slow. And then you got maybe a tiny bit of energy after the class. Okay, we'll start actually in a tabletop. So we're going to go straight into it. So we're not going into a child's pose to start with, but we're just going to go straight into a tabletop. So when you're finding your way there, just making sure your wrists are underneath the shoulders and your knees are underneath the hips, and then spread your fingers out a bit. And make sure you not tucking your toes under, so let the toes just to be there. And we're just going to start moving into the spine in here straight away. So we'll take a breath in, we'll drop the belly. We'll lift through the tailbone and through the chest, and then exhale, let's round through the back. Bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale again, we'll drop the belly, lift through the chest, look forward. And exhale, let's round again. Inhale again, dropping the belly, lifting through the chest. Exhale, we'll round. And last one, inhale, drop the belly. Start finding your breath here as well. And exhale, we'll round through the back. Good. And coming back to the neutral tabletop in here, we'll tuck the right toes under and push the right heel back. We'll lift the right toes off the mat, and we're going to open the toes to the side, so you open through the hips. Slide that right leg to the side and drop the foot into the mat. And making sure the right foot now is nicely level or in the same line as your left knee, and you can wiggle it a tiny bit out in here. We're going to find a stretch to the right inner thigh in here. So first thing here, we'll drop down onto the forearms. You might have done this stretch before, and you can stay here. You can walk the hands even further away and bring your forehead down, and you can also slide that foot out, so you're dropping your hips towards the mat a bit more. We're going to hold 5 breaths here now. Good, you got 2 more breaths. Just 1 more. Good. And then slowly here, come back onto the forearms, so walk your arms back in, then come onto the hands. Then slide that right foot into the left hip, comes over the left knee. And we're going to slowly here, lift that right leg off the mat, slide it back, and we're going to open up into a modified side plank in here. And we're just going to hold in here, so have your belly in. Just starting to find that heat through the body here. You got another breath. And then we'll drop the right hand down, drop the right toes, and then the right knee. Walk your hands a tiny little bit forward, bring your shoulders over the hands, and let's drop all the way down into the mat. Take a breath in here. Exhale, let's lift the chest and lift the hands. Find the baby cobra. Inhale. Exhale, drop the chest back down. Let's tuck the toes under, push up into your first downward facing dog. And really take time here now to pedal it out. Move around as much as you need. This is your first downward facing dog. Good, we'll take another breath here. And then let's drop the knees back down into the mat. So going to the left from here, we'll tuck our left toes under, push the left heel back, lift the toes, then turn the toes out to open through the hips. Move that left leg to the side and then drop the foot into the mat. Good. You can slide it a tiny bit out. And then when you're ready, we'll drop down onto the forearms. And you're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to slide the hands a bit more forward to rub your forehead. You got your 5 breaths here again. 4 more. Another 2. Last one. Good. And gently start to bring yourself onto the forearms. If you're not there ready, then onto your hands. Good. Slide that left foot in a bit. Lift the foot off the mat. Slide it back around or move it back. And then keep that left leg off the mat. Press into the right hand, left arm will reach high. Find that modified side plank on the other side. Good, another 2 breaths. 1 more. Good, and control. Bring your left hand down, then the left toes, and then the left knee. Walk your hands a bit more forward. We're going to add a push-up here now, so bringing the shoulders over your hands. We'll inhale, drop halfway, elbows into the body. Exhale, lift back up. Good. Dropping all the way down into the mat. And this time we're going to keep the hands. Lift the chest, press into the hands. We're going to move it more higher. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the chest down. Tap your toes. Going back up into your down dog. Hips will go high. And again, move around in your down dog. Head all through the feet. Bend through the knees. Think about how your chest wants to go towards your legs in here. We'll take another 2 breaths. Good. 1 more. Lovely. Let's inhale. Look up to the fingers and exhale. Find your way to the top of the mat. So you can step, you can hop. We'll inhale, lift halfway, so nice flat back. And exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up and reach the arms over your head. Exhale, let's fold back down. All the way. Good. Inhale, we'll lift halfway. Exhale, we'll place the hands down. Let's step back, find a high plank. So making sure the wrists underneath the shoulders again. Keep your legs nice and active, so pushing your heels to the back of the room. And think about that someone's pulling the ground of your head all the way forward. So you're feeling nice and tall in here. We'll take another 2 breaths. 1 more. Good, and you're welcome to drop the knees down in here. Flow through the vinyasa. Your choice of a back bend. If you're ready, come into upper facing dog. And we'll meet back again in our down dog. We'll take 2 breaths here. Good, 1 more. Inhale, let's look up to the fingers again and exhale. We'll step or hop or walk to the top of the mat. Inhaling, lifting halfway again. Exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up, reach arms over your head. Exhale, find a fold over the legs again. Inhale, we'll lift halfway. And exhale, this time we're going to place the hands down. We'll step our left leg back. And we'll lift up into warrior 1 now. So think about back heel comes down, but your back foot wants to be on a 45-degree angle before you lift. And you're going to start engaging to the core, lifting up. Good. And bring hands onto your hips in here now. So both your hips should be facing forward. You're bending through the front knee and your back heel is down on the mat. And kind of, if it helps, left toes are facing the left top corner of the mat. We're going to inhale here, reach the arms high. And then exhale, we're going to drop the arms to the side. You can come through the cactus arms. We're going to interlate the fingers behind our back. Pushing the hands down, rolling the shoulders back. Let's take a breath in here. And then exhale, we're going to come forward, trying to bring your right shoulder inside of that right knee. But don't put any pressure onto the right leg. So hug your belly in. There's a humble warrior. And trying to bring your arms over your head if you can, as much as you can here. And the right knee will stay over the right ankle. Try not to lose stable. Another 2 breaths in here. Lovely, one more. Good, and slowly using your core in here, keep the chest open. Press into the right foot, come up. Nice. Let go of the fingers here. Inhale, we'll reach the arms high. And exhale, let's find the mat. Come onto the back toes, step the right leg back, and flow through the vinyasa here. Lovely. Meeting back in down dog, we'll take a breath. And exhale here. Inhale, look up to the fingers again, and exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhaling, lifting halfway. Exhale, folding over the legs. Inhale, come up, reach the arms high. Exhale, folding back down over your legs. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands down. This time your right leg steps back. So going into warrior one on your left side. Back heel comes down, 45-degree angle again. Engage the core. Come back up. And again, you can start with hands on your hips in here. So both your hips should be facing nicely forward. Back heel is down, bending through that front knee. Good, and when you're ready, we'll reach the arms high. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, cactus arms going through. Dropping the arms down. Let's interlace the fingers. Push the hands down, roll the shoulders back. Let's inhale. Exhale, coming forward. And trying to bring your left shoulder inside the left knee. Keeping your hips nice and square. Left knee over the left ankle. If you can, squeeze the palms together. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Lovely, using your core, lift back up. Nice, and let go of your fingers here. Inhale, we'll reach the arms high. Exhale, find the mat. Come onto the back toes, step your left leg back. Flow through the vinyasa. Meeting back in our down dog. Good, and we'll take a breath in here. And exhale, let's drop the knees, find the child's pose. But before you're going to drop your head down in here, drop your hips down to the heels. We're going to find a stretch through the shoulders here. So we're going to slide our right arm underneath the left, making sure you're not twisting through the back. So keep your chest nicely, or shoulders nicely equal, so both of them want to go towards the mat, and let your head come down. Good, take another breath here. Then gently lift your head and slide the right arm back forward. Go to the other side, so left arm underneath the right. Dropping your head, dropping your chest. Good, another breath here. And lifting your head again, sliding that left arm forward and bring the hips off the heels, tuck the toes. Let's find our down dog again. Hips will go high. Take a breath in and exhale. Inhaling here, right leg goes high. Exhale, step the right foot outside of your right hand. Good, a nice wide lunge. Wiggle your left foot a tiny bit more back and then drop the left knee down into the mat. So what we'll do here now is we're going to bring our weight onto our left hand mostly. And we're going to take a breath in here now. think about that you want to touch the mat with your forearm or with your right elbow. So we're going to inhale, try to touch or go as far, as close as you can, and then exhale, we're going to open up into a twist. Inhale again, we're going to try to touch. Exhale, open. Inhale, we'll touch. Exhale, we'll open. You can see how it gets open more and more through the hips. So inhale, touch. Exhale, open. Last one. So inhale, we'll try to touch. And exhale, we'll open up. We're going to stay here now. Let's hold for 3. If you want to tuck your back toes and lift the back knee, you can do that as well. So add a bit more here. Power through the back leg. Lovely. Last breath here. Nice. So we're going to drop our right hand down and here. We'll step the right leg back. Hips will go high. Find your downward facing dog straight away. Take a breath in and exhale. Inhale, right leg goes high again. Exhale, right knee to the right elbow. Inhale, we'll push back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Inhale, push back. Exhale to the right elbow. Inhale, push back. Exhale to the left elbow. That's your last one. Inhale, push back. And exhale, let's step the foot between our hands. And coming up straight away into warrior 2. So the back heel comes down. Back foot is powered to the back of the mat. So we're going to open up into warrior 2 in here. And it doesn't have to be super, super wide warrior 2. Just checking in that the knee is over the ankle. You're not leaning forward with your upper body. So come and hang with more back, shoulders over your hips in here. Find your arms. And then looking over. Gazing over the right index finger, sorry, middle finger here. Hug your belly, 2 more breaths. Good, 1 more. Nice, we'll inhale here. Reach the arms over our head and extend that right leg. And then exhale, let's sink down a bit more. Back into warrior 2. So inhale, come up again. Exhale, we'll sink down. Last one, inhale, come up. And exhale, sinking down. Good, we'll inhale here. Exhale, we'll swing the arms down, find the mat. Come onto the back toes again. And we're going to go into a pigeon from here now. So wiggle your right foot behind the left wrist. Drop the knee down. Good, making sure you're moving the back leg a bit more back as well so you can drop your hips. And we're going to drop down onto the forearms here. And you might want to stay on your forearms. You might want to walk down to a bit more forward. Drop your head down, your chest down. Just taking a few breaths here. Three more. Good, and last breath here. Lovely, and we're going to lift our head in here, pressing into the hands, lifting through the chest again, and then we're going to drop down onto the right hip. We'll swing the left leg forward, and we're going to bring both our feet down into the mat. So what we're doing here now, we're going to find the reverse tabletop. It can be quite a lot through the shoulders, just to be really, really careful. And just see how far or high you can go with your hips in here. So feet down, we'll bring hands behind us. And we'll take a breath in here. And then exhale, we'll lift the hips up. So your knees will come over your ankles, shoulders over your wrists. And you can let your head drop down. See if you can hold for another 3. If you need to come out, that's fine. Last breath. And then gently, gently, chin to the chest, dropping the hips. Lovely. and maybe roll through the shoulders. Feels quite nice through the shoulders. We never do that stretch. Okay, we're gonna cross our legs in here, so cross the ankles, go over the legs. Step or hop back in here, flow through the vinyasa if you'd like, and then we're gonna go to the other side. Do the same flow on the other side. So we're back in our down dog. Okay, we'll take a breath here. And exhale out. Inhaling, your left leg goes high. Exhale, step the foot outside of your left hand. Place it down. If you want to wiggle the right foot a bit more back and then drop your knee down, untuck the toes. So weight comes to your right hand now. Gentle bend through the elbows, so don't lock it. And we're going to inhale, try to touch the mat with the elbow. And then exhale, we'll lift up into a twist. Inhale again, we'll drop down. Exhale, we'll open. Inhaling down, touch the mat if you can. Exhale, open. And you got 2. Good, open. Last one. And we'll open up. Let's hold in that twist. So again, you have that option to tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Last breath. And then we'll drop the hand down. Next, we'll step our left neck back. Hips will go high and straight away find your downward facing dog. Take a breath in and exhale out. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale, we'll push back. Exhale, knee to the right elbow. Inhale, push back. Exhale, knee to the left. Good, last one. Inhale, push back. Exhale, knee to the right. Good, last push back. And step the foot between your hands. We'll come up into warrior 2 on our left side. Good, again, it doesn't have to be wide. Making sure the back foot is down. Bending through the front knee. Shoulders over your hips. And we'll take another 3 breaths. Try to relax the shoulders. Last one. Good. Inhale. Reach the arms high and extend that front leg. Exhale, sinking back down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Good. Another 2 up. And down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhaling down. Good. Just take 1 breath here, warrior 2. And with the exhale, swing your knee arms down. Find that mat. Good. We're not stepping back in here, so we've got pigeon coming up. So wiggle down left foot behind the right wrist. Drop the knee. Drop the back knee. And untuck the toes. Good. Dropping down onto the forearms. And again, you have that option to go a bit further. So maybe slide the hands forward. Drop your head. Last 2 breaths here. Good. And we'll lift our head up again, pressing into the hands, walking the hands in, and dropping or sitting down onto your left hip, swinging the right leg forward, bringing the feet down into the mat. And I'm going to give you an option now. You can find either the same, so reverse tabletop, or you can find a reverse plank. So your legs will be straight. When you're lifting up, your whole body's in one straight line. Totally up to you to see what works for you. We're going to hold 4 breaths in here. So when you're ready, we'll take a breath in and exhale. We'll lift the hips off the mat and hold for 4. You got 3, 2, 1 more breath. Good, and we'll drop the hips down. Lovely. Again, if you'd like, roll into the shoulders. And then we'll flow through the vinyasa here. So cross your legs. Let's go over. Step or hop back. Flow through the vinyasa. Move back in a down dog. And let's take a breath here. And exhale. We'll drop the knees down. Find a child's pose just for a few breaths. If you'd like to have some water, you can. Nice. We'll take another breath here. And then we'll meet back in our down dog. So we'll press into the hands. Let's tuck the toes and lift the hips high. Good. Take a breath in here. And exhale. Inhale. Let's look up to the fingers and exhale. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, we'll go halfway lift. And exhale, let's fold over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach the arms over your head. And then exhale, we're going to lower hands to our heart center here. Take a breath in. And exhale. Good. Bring hands onto your hips in here. Keep your left foot where it is. We're just going to step our right leg back. It's not going to be a super, super long step. And then we're going to bring our back foot into a tiny little diagonal. So almost like your right toes are want to face forward. We're going to go into a pyramid pose. Both your hips are facing forward. Hugging your belly in here. And you can keep your hands on your hips. You can find the opposite elbows just behind you. Or maybe find the reverse prayer if you have in your practice. And we're going to take a breath in here. Lift through the chest. And exhale, we're going to slowly go forward over that left leg. Trying to keep your hips nice and square. Good. So back stays straight. You don't want to round to the back. You should feel a nice, strong stretch to the back of your left leg. Mine is shaking. Good. Hold for another 2. Last breath. Good, and we'll slowly lift up. So using your core, hug your belly. Good, lifting up. Let's turn our left toes in first, and then wiggle the right toes facing out as well. You can release the arms in here. Shake the legs for a second. You might have to move yourself a bit on your mat. We're going to go into a wide-legged fold before we're going to go to the other side. So I'm going to give you an option with your arms. You can keep hands on your hips so you can reach for the ankles or your toes. Like we did before with the humble warriors, you can interlace the fingers behind your back. So loads of options. You choose whatever works for you. We'll just inhale here all together. And then exhale, hinging your hips back, coming forward with your chest. Good. And you can keep the hands on your hips, maybe bring hands down to the mat. So loads of options here. You can move around if you'd like. If you're looking for that nice, strong stretch for your hamstrings, your inner hamstrings, just stay in the middle. Let your head just be heavy. Good, another 3 breaths in. 2. Nice. Last breath. And from here, we'll inhale, lift halfway. Hands to your hips if you haven't insulated the fingers, and then coming back up. If you did, you can also round to the back up. Lovely, and shake the legs. Good, and we're going to wiggle ourselves facing backwards. So first, turning your left toes in, then your right toes facing the back of the mat. And again, adjust yourself a bit in here, making sure your hips are facing forward. And again, we're going to find either the elbows or keeping hands on your hips, or finding reverse prayer. We'll inhale here when you're ready, and exhale, slowly going forward. Over down the right leg now. Hips are staying square. And deep breaths in and out. Good, 2 more breaths. One more. Nice, and slowly use your core, come back up. Ooh. Let go of the elbows, turn your toes in, then the left toes out, shake the legs. Good, and we're going to turn our left toes just back forward. Wherever you are, just swing your arms down, find the mat, step your left leg back, float through the vinyasa here. Will be your last one. We'll meet back in down dog. And let's take 2 breaths here now. One more. Good, and we'll drop the knees down. You can bring the legs to one side or cross the legs. Just come over and extend the legs out. Good, shake the legs out. We're going to find here a one last fold. Will be really nice and rounding through the back. We're going to find a butterfly here now. So we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. We'll just drop the knees out. And you want to have a nice diamond shape with your legs in here. So make sure the feet are not super close to your hips, so quite far away. And you have a few options now here. You can hold onto the ankles if you'd like, just letting your arms rest on your legs. You can also bring your arms underneath the legs and find the ankles. Or maybe just walk the hands forward. Whatever works for you. If anyone has any props, you can use a prop here as well to support. Now we're just going to let our head drop down, rounding through the back. So this is super nice to open through the hips as well. Making sure the breaths are nice and deep. Good. Take another 4 here. Good, the last breath here. And then slowly, slowly, through the spine, rolling yourself up. Good, to help your knees come back together. You can bring your hands behind again. Just windscreen work the knees this time. Just side to side. Lovely. And then we're gonna lay down onto our back. So if you want to put some layers on, I'm going to put my jumper back on. You might have taken your socks off. Maybe have a sip of water. And we're just going to lay down onto our backs whenever you're ready. Hug the knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. And just rock side to side. Good. And we're going to finish today's practice with a nice kind of deep twist in here now. So feet will come down. And we're going to press into our feet. We lift the hips off the mat, shift them to the right first. Then bring your feet off the mat to kind of like hugging your knees into the chest. And we're going to slowly, slowly, slowly drop our knees to the left. So you want to stack your right hip over the left. I have to adjust yourself a bit. And you can stay here so the left hand can rest on the right knee. You can also cross your right leg over the left to deepen the twist a bit more. And making sure the right shoulder stays down. And then you're welcome to close your eyes in here. Take a nice deep breath into your belly. Good. Take another breath here. And then we'll slowly, slowly unravel the legs if you did cross them. Slowly bring your legs back to the center. Move your hips back to the center and either windscreen wipe or hug the knees into the chest. Good, and now we're going to go to the other side. So first in here, we'll press into the feet again, lift the hips, shift the hips to the left, bring your feet off the mat and then gently drop your legs or knees to the right. Keeping your left shoulder down this time. And again, you can cross your legs in here so left leg can come over the right. Deep breaths into your belly. Good, the last breath here. And again, super gently, finding your way back to the center. So your legs and your hips. You're welcome to find a happy baby here as well. So finding the outside of the feet. Thanks. And then eventually releasing your feet. Slowly finding your way into your resting pose. So you can stay on your back if that feels good. Maybe just extend the legs or bring the soles of the feet together, drop the knees out. And the same with your arms to choose if you want to bring maybe hands onto your belly or bring arms over your head. Then close your eyes. Just allow the body to sink into the earth, into your mat. And if your mind starts to wander around, slowly bring it back into your body, into your breath. Slowly bring your awareness back to your breath. And if you'd like to join me here now, take a deep breath in through the nose, fill up your body, and exhale through the mouth and let go. Inhale again, fill up. Exhale, let go. One more time. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let go. Good. And then slowly, gently come back to your body. Wake up your toes. Wake up your fingers. And gently move your head side to side. And either take a full body stretch or hug the knees into the chest. And slowly roll yourself onto your favorite side of the body. Pausing there for a moment. And then finding your way up to seated. Find a nice comfy seat. And you can rest your hands on your legs or bring your hands together to touch to your heart center. Lower your head down towards your heart center. Thanking yourself for taking time for your body and your mind this morning. And I would like to thank you all for letting me be your guide. Open your eyes. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me this morning. Make sure you have some water after this class. Have a wonderful weekend, and I might see you next week. Thanks, guys. I'm going to crawl. Bye. Have a good weekend.